Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the 29th lecture of Industrial Management and Smart Technologies. Today in this class, we'll discuss about the introduction to the supply chain management, which is a management science subject, and it comes in the Masters of Business Administration. And it is very important topic to learn for mechanical engineers at the BTech level also. So we'll discuss about the management, supply chain management, goals, criteria, vision, mission, and the process flow. So in the last class, we have discussed about the SCM, supply chain management, processing of raw materials, right? Staging of raw materials to the finished products. ఈ మధ్యలో జరుగుతున్న chain ఎలా ఉంటుంది? In what form it has to go in order to achieve the full productivity or good efficiency and okay. Now we'll see the I will see what yes, we'll see the SEM flow, SEM process. So in the SCM process, any organization, either a small scale or medium scale or large scale, so they require some process in order to do the supply chain management. So for every management system or for every factory, it requires a process, right? It requires a process used by the companies to ensure that their supply chain is efficient and efficient and cost effective, right? So for example, if you see outside, some companies, either a food product or it may be any two-wheeler or four-wheeler, they say that uh, india's first india's first four-stroke petrol engine or india's first single shock absorber, or if they say any food items, they will say our product is number one quality. So in the same way, here it is saying that supply chain management is a process used by the companies to ensure that their all the supply chain is efficient and cost effective. So my supply chain is efficient and cost effective. So there is no proper formula of choosing the supply chain management. So it depends upon the product and depends upon the services and the clients. So it has its own meaning. Okay. So a supply chain is a collection of steps. A supply chain means it is a collection of steps that a company takes to transform the raw materials into finished product. అంతే కదా? A supply chain is a collection of steps that a company takes to transform the raw material into finished products. The five basic components of supply chain management are discussed below. What are the five main components? The first one is a plan. Second one is a develop. Third one is a make. Fourth one is a deliver. Right? Sorry. Right. So the main things are plan, develop, make it, deliver it, return it. The supply chain management process. So what is the meaning of planning here? So whatever the products you are making, whatever the services you are doing, first you have to make a planning process. So first thing is planning. So it may be on the paper or it may be on the software or it may be in your brain. Whatever the thing you are doing, first it should have a plan. So what is the process you are making? How many processes flow a product will complete, right? So what are the machines you have to purchase? What are the tools you have to purchase, right? What is the material you have to get from the vendors? All these things comes under the planning component, right? So if you plan well, 50% work is completed. So that is a simple thing what everyone will say, right? So it depends upon the size of a company, depends upon the business firm. You have to allow some time, you have to spend some time in planning process. Next, so the plan may be good or bad, right? The plan may be good or bad, but the one thing is planning should go in a well processed way. Either a single person can plan for a small thing, and a group of people, board of members has to plan for a large scale planning. Next, coming to the development. What is the meaning of development here? Development here in the concern of the public outside. So develop means making making enhancement in the what the design is, or development means initially a new thing what you came in your mind, it is showing in a paperwork. That is a development of anything. So other development means existing of a used product. So whatever the product you are using now, so based upon the drawbacks of the product, you have to enhance it, you have to develop it. So once the planning is done, you have to go for a development, step by step development. It may be any form of development, it may be a paperwork development, or it may be a plan of action development. Once the development is properly done, you have to go for making, right? So in development and make, you are having number of stages, but the main five components of supply chain is plan, develop, make, deliver, and return. So coming to the making, so making comes everything. So one, even though you have planned, even though you have developed, if you are not doing practically outside, so then whatever the things you have planned, whatever the things you have developed is everything waste of time. So here, make means what? Preparation. So what you prepare here? So you'll prepare the types of goods, the nature of goods, right? Services. So other things you have to make in this process. Next one, deliver. So what is the meaning of deliver here? So once the product you have manufactured, once the product you are prepared and it is ready for the dispatching, what you have to do? You have to go for dispatching section, get a quality control permission, and finally you are going for dispatching section. From there you are going for delivery. So delivery for what? Delivery for wholesalers, delivery for shopkeepers, right? So once the delivery is done, so what is the thing you have to get written? The return is in the form of a word, service, like that. So what is the return you will get? The return is customer satisfaction. So customers feedback, right? So customers problems, customers identity, customers everything. So once you got the return, all the things what you have got, later you have to keep on development on the process. Just you have to go for the next step, that is again planning, again research and development should be done. So and it should be a continuous process, right? So this is a SEM process, what it exactly does whenever a component is manufactured during the process. Next one, got it? Gurtupeట్టుకోండి. These are the 5 SEM process. Next, what is the process flow? How the supply chain management process flow takes place. The supply chain management can be defined as a systematic flow of materials, goods, services, rate related information among the suppliers, companies, relators, and consumers. So, coming to the process flow types, what are the various process flow types? There are 3 different types of flow in supply chain management. One is money, one is power, one is money flow. So the 3 different types are money, material flow, how the material is flowing inside the factory, outside the factory. Next, information or data flow, how the information is passing and showing. Third one is money flow. So these are the 3 different types of supply chain management process. First one is material flow. So if you see here, see the bottom diagram. So from vendor to the customer, what it is going from the vendor to the customer. Sourcing is going from the sourcing. You are having inbound shortage or transportation. From the transportation, you are going for operations. Once the operation is done, you are getting the transportation again for shipment. Next, for the consumer distribution, from consumer distribution to the consumer. So this is the flow of what? Material flow. In back return further, what it is flown back also. That is communication. That is information flow is forward as well as backward. So information is only if one side, you will not be achieving anything. So information should be on both sides and it should be transparent in nature. See, the information flow is passing to and fro, and the money flow is passing in the backward direction. The material flow, the product, the raw material from the starting side, the finished product from the other side. So ikkadi నుంచి ఏం వెళ్ళాలి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్తో ఫీడ్బ్యాక్తో పాటు మనీ ఆల్సో షుడ్ ఫ్లో ఫ్రమ్ కస్టమర్ టు ద distributor to the finally manufacturer, that is a vendor. So this is a process flow of SCM. You can write on your own whenever the question comes like this, right? Next, SCM network. What is a SCM network? See the figure once, just see the figure. So what it is showing, so the network platform of SCM showing the what type of network can it do. It is a real-time network, real-time network, that is retailers and retailers. Next, it is for distribution of materials, distribution of services. Next, it is real-time, that is logistics, real-time logistics, and the manufacturing units. And this is a house, and this is a real-time house, right? So we are having the real-time process networks whenever we are having a SEM concept, right? The network design, see here, the network design in a supply chain management determines its physical arrangement, design and structural layout on infrastructure of the supply chain. Okay, the network design of any factory depends upon the physical space provided, and we have to see the physical arrangement, design, structural layout and infrastructure of the supply chain. Here the major decisions to be made on the number of locations and size of manufacturing plants and warehouses and the assignment of retail outlets to the warehouses. The stage witnesses some other major sourcing decisions as well. The basic duration for programming higher on is new. Yes, the basic time duration for planning horizon is few years. So if you see the network, how the SCM has been exploded. Next, SCM flow components. So what are the flow happening in the SCM? సో ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ అండ్ ఆర్ షిప్మెంట్ అంతే కదా. సప్లై చైన్ మేనేజ్మెంట్లో మెయిన్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ప్రతి స్టేజ్ మధ్యలో ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఆర్ షిప్పింగ్ ఈజ్ నెససరీ ఫార్ అన్ అన్ఇంటరప్టెడ్ అండ్ సీమ్లెస్ సప్లై ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్. The factors that have an attempt on shipment or economic uncertainty and instability, varying fuel prices, customers' expectations, globalization, improved technologies, changing transportation industry, and labor laws. So these are the changes happening in the society frequently or occasionally. But the things such as transportation of services and goods should not stop. See here next. So how the transportation is done through all these means, right? Next one is, so these are the various modes of transportation of the materials from one place to the other place, right? Next one is a warehousing. వేర్ హౌసింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి తెలుగులో ఏమంటాము? వేర్ హౌసింగ్ తెలుగులో ఏమంటాం? ఎనీవన్ ఇన్ ద గ్రూప్? 1 7 18 32 39 వేర్ హౌసింగ్. Which what any message, any information from your side? Warehouses ఏమని పిలుస్తాం? వేర్ హౌసెస్. I think you might know or you might not know. Okay, I will inform you. Warehouses means in Telugu, someone is saying godowns. Okay, right. Godown. So godown is a small word where we can store the materials which is excess. And warehouses means very big and large godowns, but in language we can say giddangulu. Giddangulu, right? Warehouses or giddangulu, where you can keep number of materials inside the big shed. Warehouses plays a vital role in the supply chain process. In today's industry, the demands and expectations of the customer are undergoing a tremendous change. దగ్గర దగ్గరగా ఉన్న ఇల్లు. Okay. Okay, the correct answer is Giddangulu or your godown. Right? Godowns. We can say warehouses technically. The demand and expectations of the customers are undergoing a tremendous change. We want everything at our doorstep. Everything should be at doorstep. అంతే కదా? ఇప్పుడు వస్తున్న ఆన్లైన్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్లో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ షుడ్ బి అట్ అవర్ doorstep. That too with efficient price. We can say that the management of warehousing functions demands a distinct merging of engineering, IT, human resources, and supply chain skills. So see the warehouse and logistics. Warehouse, passing the material, passing the material, passing the material, passing the material through the person is going on to the house. That is nothing but the warehouses logistics, right? Next topic is what are supply chain drivers? Supply chain drivers ante enti? See the supply chain drivers is, see here, extended supply chain information flow. So without these drivers we cannot move, the supply chain cannot move into the society. So already you have seen it. What is the meaning of supply chain drivers? Simply we can say in a double sense, supply chain drivers means without these drivers the supply chain concept will not go forward in Artham. So if you see the extended supply chain information flow, from the customer the order is done, from the retailer the order is done, manufacturer the order is done, right? So here from the customer to the retailer, from the retailer to the wholesaler, from the wholesaler to the distributor, from the distributor to the manufacturer. So here the order is keep on going in a chain line, right? Now the drivers of the supply chain management are, we are having production driver, inventory driver, transportation driver, location driver, and other drivers. The main drivers are, these are the four main drivers. So information, the basis for making any decisions. The basis for making any decisions, and these are the decisions. Okay. Now coming to the production, if you have a factory, so you want to do some production, what you will, the first question, what to produce, ఏం తయారు చేయాలి, how to produce, ఎలా తయారు చేయాలి, and when to produce, ఎప్పుడు తయారు చేయాలి. So this is a question comes in the picture, right? What to produce, how to produce, and when to produce. ఏం ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి, ఎందుకు ప్రొడ్యూస్, ఎలా ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి, ఎప్పుడు ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి. The second one is inventory. So inventory means the stock what you are holding in a rooms or some places. How much to make or keep in the stock. So ఎంత తయారు చేసి పెట్టుకోవాలి, దట్ ఈస్ ఫినిష్డ్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్, లేదంటే ముడి సరుకు ఎంత స్టాక్లో మనము పెట్టుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఏ బిగ్ క్వశ్చన్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, Transportation, how and when to move each part from one location to the other location. Transportation means only factory నుంచి మీకు డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటర్కి వెళ్ళేది కాదు. Transportation means in the factory, robots or other vehicles moving from one location to other location. It may be 200 meters or it may be 10 meters. Everything should be recorded. So transportation means in transport, in-house transportation means we can move inside the factory area also in order to minimize the time. Next one is fourth one is a location. What is the meaning of location here? The place means where to do and what activity. Where to do, ఎక్కడ చేయాలి, what activity, ఏం యాక్టివిటీ చేయాలి. Location means the place where you do it. So all these are the drivers of this information system. Okay, these are the supply chain drivers. So what are the supply chain drivers? Production, inventory, location, transportation, and information. So we will discuss the efficiency and responsiveness of each supply chain driver. Now see the first thing, production. What is the meaning of production here? Responsiveness ఎలా ఉండాలి? Excess capacity, flexible manufacturing, and many small plants. Responsiveness should be many small plants. It should have a flexibility in manufacturing and excess capacity of making the products. Next, efficiency. In the production, the efficiency is narrow focus, not broad focus. Uh, so little excess capacity, narrow focus, few central plants. Next, coming to the inventory. Responsiveness should be high inventory levels, wide range of items. So wide range of items untene market lo we can survive. So that's why the responsiveness of this inventory should be wide range of metals, wide range of items, and high inventory level should be maintained. Next, coming to the efficiency, high inventory levels, low inventory levels, like this. Next one is a location. Coming to the location, responsiveness is many locations close to the customers. So you have to choose the locations, many locations which are closer to the customers. For example, if you see your town, so majority of the business shops are located at one area. For example, see the cell phone shops, అన్ని వరుసగా ఒక 5-6 షాప్స్ ఉంటాయి. కిరాణా షాప్స్ దట్ ఆల్సో వరుసగా ఒక 4-5. గార్మెంట్ షాప్స్ అక్కడ కూడా వరుసగా ఉంటుంది. So why they are planned, pre-planned or planned, you don't know. But when the same similar items are available at the edge area, so definitely the location will be very easy, so that we can have many locations close to each other. Then coming to the efficiency, few center locations serve with wide areas. Next, transportation means frequent shipments, అంతే కదా. The shipment should be done frequently. Why? Because the production is keep on running in the shift wise. So transportation means frequent shipment, fast and flexible modes. ఎలా ఉంటుంది? Fast and flexible mode of shipment. Coming to the efficiency, few large shipments, slower and cheaper modes. Few large shipments, slower and cheaper modes. Next one is information gathering. So in the responsiveness, information is collect and share timely and accurate data. So how the information should be given? So collect the information, share the information properly, and give the accurate data what you have collected, right? So this is the thing. So collect and share timely and accurate data, correct data. Coming to the efficiency, cost of information drops while other cost rise, right? So whenever the other cost rises, automatically one cost will be reduced. So if the cost rises, this one will reduce, or this one raises, that one will reduce. But depends upon the costs, depends upon the daily cost or weekly banking cost. So like this, these are the five chain drivers, supply chain drivers. There is a production, inventory, location, transportation, and information. Next one, competitive and supply chain strategies. Next topic is competitive and supply chain strategies. So what is the meaning of strategy? Okay, vyuham. What is the meaning of competency? Core competency, right? So competitive and supply chain strategies should travel on a both line. So when there is a competitiveness, automatically the supply chain strategies will also enhance. So the core competency means an attribute of a company that differentiates the company from others. So core competency means it should have a difference, it should have some differentiation with other companies so that you can see the attribute of one's company. So one's company's attributes differs the other companies based upon the core competency. Next, competitive strategy. So competitive strategy means it defines the set of customers needs a firm seeks to satisfy through its products and services. So the competitive strategy means, for example, one company, for example, take a soaps manufacturing. So we are having number of soaps available in the market, right? So many persons, customers use different soaps, but what is the final result of the soap? You have to get bath. Your body should remove dirt by the soap and it should give good fragrance. That is a primary thing of a soap. So when you see the competitive strategy, it defines a set of customer needs a firm seeks to satisfy through its products and services. So when the customer has a full fledged of information and strategy, so the companies has to produce the products in order to get the self satisfaction and customer satisfaction. Next, products development strategy specifies the portfolio of a new product. So when there is a product development entity, definitely they will do research and development, and they will do some specific portfolio of a person or animal or whatever it is. Then, right, product development strategy. Next, marketing and sales strategy. What is the meaning of marketing and sales strategy? Specifies how the market will be segmented and product positioned, priced and prompted. So marketing and sales strategy means, so when you want to purchase a product, go to supermarket. So if you go to supermarket during the billing period, so you purchased all your items and filled your carriage. Later, if you go for a billing period, at the left side or right side, you can see some of the chocolates or some of the other dry nuts or something, or something is available on the display on the left side and right side of the counter. So why they put that things in that place? In order to get the business evening times. So that is also a concept of strategy of marketing and sales strategy. So it shows how the market will be segmented, will be divided, and the product position placed. For example, మీరు సూపర్ మార్కెట్కి ఎంట్రీ వెళ్ళంగానే స్టార్టింగ్లో మీకు ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది? డిస్కౌంట్స్ ఆఫర్స్, ఏది జ్యూస్, ఫ్రూట్ బాటిల్స్ ఆర్ ఎనీ బ్రెడ్, శాండ్విచెస్, discounts, eggs, like that. So why? Because it's a perishable item, it will get spoiled or it will get smell. That's why those items are kept in the front so that it will attract the customer and you have to purchase even though if it is not necessary for you. That is one also strategy for marketing and sales. Next one is supply chain strategy. Supply chain strategy, so it determines the nature of material procurement. ఒక మెటీరియల్ మీరు కొనాలి, ఎలా కొంటారు? వాట్ ఇస్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద మెటీరియల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్? ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్, మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఆర్ క్రియేషన్ ఆఫ్ సర్వీసెస్, distribution of product is nothing but supply chain management, right? So consistency and support between the supply chain strategy, competitive strategy, and other functional strategies is also important. So there should be some consistency, right? Some balance, some constant information, support between the supply chain strategy and the competitive strategy in order to fulfill the needs of both supply chain as well as the competitive strategy. Next. So if you see the competitive strategy, what this competitive strategy requires, what this competitive strategy is requires. First one is manufacturing management. Manufacturing management. Second one is inventory management. Third one is delivery management. Fourth one is purchasing management. Fifth one is transportation systems. Next one is purchasing management. Next one is a transportation system management. Next one is information management. Next one is power, right? Finance strategy. Next one is a resource planning. Next one is a product development. Next one is a marketing and sales strategy. So these are the 10 types of competitive strategy where a firm requires in order to have a competitive edge. In order to have a competitive edge. So the manufacturing management. So in the manufacturing management, so every manufacturer will see what is the product to be produced, what is the material required, so how much material required. So like this you are having some count, right? Coming to the inventory management, how much stock should be available, how much raw material should be available. So for the next 2 months, what is the material you should get procure. Next, what is the material in the stock room? How much amount of material is available in the stock room? This all gives the information about the information management. Next, coming to the delivery management. So you have to see the shipment logistics of the DOQ and other RAC, right? So next one is a purchasing department. So what type of material you have to purchase? At what discount you have to purchase? What is the time you have to purchase? Right? So during the production you have to purchase, or before the production you have to purchase, or at the time of production you have to purchase. So everything will be planned at this time at this purchasing department. Next, transportation systems. What are the various ways of transportation system which is located in the inside the factory and outside the factory, right? Next one is a information system. So the information system means how the information is flowing. So if you are using high-end automatic servers, everything is computerized, everything is located in the computer. Or if you are doing manually, everything should be done manually by providing the information. Important questions. Important questions. Yes. Okay, next one is the finance strategy. How you are maintaining, how you are managing your money. That comes under finance strategy. Next one is resource planning. So resource planning is done by human resource development, that is HRD people. So resource planning, what type of resource you require? You require male or female people to work. You require 18 plus years or 20 plus years. So these are all the reasons which will be looked after by the human resource department. Next one is product development. So product development means just like a invention of a new thing, right? So everything is done in this R&D lab, research and development lab, for every organization, every firm or factory. So definitely you can see the R&D department. Next one is marketing and sales strategy. What you have seen in the last slide, that is nothing but the marketing and the sales strategy. So these are the 10 steps that is required for this person, this for this competitive strategy of any organization, right? Next. Okay, so with this we'll stop the class. We'll discuss in the tomorrow, right? So don't bother, I will provide the videos, I will provide the PPT, I will send the link also, because of some busy at my work daily, so I can't able to manage the things, as I have two subjects plus diploma one subject. So definitely I'll provide the PPTs for this subject and units, and the links, YouTube links, and also the important questions unit wise, right? So have a nice day. So we'll meet on tomorrow's class. So take a screenshot. Today I think 6 students were present. 30, 001, 07, 18, 32, and 39. So take a screenshot and send me. So have a nice day. Enjoy your day.